Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
Seth from theshrinkingpastor.com.
Together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome back once again, or if you're here for the first time, we've been waiting for you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well, boy. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Doing well. You know, let's kick this off because something finally arrived. You know, last week I gave you your Christmas present, or a portion of your Christmas present, and I said, well, there's a tie-in that didn't arrive. And here it is.
That Disney tie we were talking about?
No, not the Disney tie, a different tie. And here is the other half of what I have gotten for you, what you are about to.
That's a fancy box.
It is a fancy box, and it's a tight fit.
Jiffing.
I'm going to go ahead and light up.
Sorry.
We're going to smoke our brand new Dagner Christmas 2016 pipes.
This is
Courtesy of
jiffing since 1991. What's a jiffing?
I don't know, but 91 seems like such a short time ago to me.
Yeah.
An old man.
I was 6.
I am an old man.
I was 6 since they started jiffing.
Be careful it doesn't fall out.
What is that?
Well, show them first before you.
Holy cow.
So perhaps you might refresh those who didn't see that episode, the other gift that you got.
Pull it out.
Can you get it out? Okay.
So this is a poster that I designed several years ago.
Keep calm and tamp on.
Patented Aristocob tamper.
And I talked about, when I gave this to him, that the idea of him doing a blog or doing a vlog or even incorporating tamper reviews here on Markwood Men's Breakfast Club, I think is a great idea. Maybe I encourage him to do this like once a month. What you tell me, you tell him. Should he do that? And this is a tamper that I picked up for him.
Goodness gracious. It's hard to get out
And
of
they're
there.
tight, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's fancy. Fancy and smancy.
We are smoking a mysterious Black Cavendish, which I'm pretty sure still is BCA. We were working our way through this bag. I want you to use a tamper or something to get that out.
I'll use my lighter, bro.
This is my fault. I opened this package up to make sure everything was good, and the parts were all loose in this form-fitting case, so I shoved them down into their various compartments.
Lighter, bro. Is there anything it can't do? Yes. The answer is yes.
All right, so you got to assemble that.
So it's got 3 pieces. This one, which is just
It's called the body.
very ornate.
A finial that is also a little spoon tool for getting out your dottle.
Screws in just like that.
Dottle, for those of you who don't know, is that the last remaining bits of unsmoked tobacco that lie at the bottom of your chamber.
And
The tamper portion.
tamper part.
And notice that's perforated too.
Yeah.
The tamper itself is perforated so as to not snuff out your flame while you're tamping.
Cool.
I don't know why that's not common.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Let's see how it works. Wait, I need tobacco. I need my pipe.
I'm using
What am I doing?
an official Dagner Pipes golf tee tamper. Made under the authority of Aristocob.com.
Trademark.
Licensed. So how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was hectic. We had a very long Christmas day. We went to my mother-in-law's house at 11:30 on Christmas Eve, and started opening presents at around 12:30. We had some breakfast food, and this is a.m. now, 12:30 a.m.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we were there. We were there until, I don't know, probably 3:30, 4 o'clock a.m. And by the time we got home, got the kids in bed, I think I got to bed around 5 a.m. Ender woke us up at 7:45, so we got 2.5 hours of sleep, and he woke us up by exclaiming how excited he was about the 2 presents that were under the tree that he had opened. So, trick for next year, tell your kid that he can't open them until Christmas Day until everybody is awake. So he knew it was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
It was our bad. So he came in so excited. He said, "Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Daddy, for my Jolly Roger pirate ship." And we said, "Wait, what?" Jumped up. He had opened 2 of his gifts. Thankfully, that was it. Thankfully, he knew it was his. So we got the other kids up and opened the rest of the gifts that morning, and then we went out to Chinese for lunch and went home. Went to Mom and Dad's for Christmas over there and left there around 5 o'clock. So it was
crazy.
It was a long day. My kids were exhausted. I was exhausted. It took us a full day after to recuperate.
So
catch up on sleep.
At my house, my daughter, her husband, and their 4 children live at our house, and so it began early in the morning with the 2 oldest boys coming into our bed and waking us up and wanting to know if they could go downstairs. So it was 6:30. So it's like, no. Why don't you guys go back to bed for a while and then come back in here when you're, when some time has passed. And they came back in. They did allow some time to pass, and we finally got everybody up and going. I want to say we were all downstairs by 8 o'clock, and from 8 until just shy of 11:30, my daughter, her husband, and their kids did their gift exchange. So now the living room is covered in wrapping paper. And something I noticed about the kids, they don't look for a seam and then try to break it open, and get at it. No, they tear a piece off here and a piece off there to get at their gift. So we knew that we were going to be going out to lunch with the Markwoods juniors, and that we would then be coming back to the house and we would do a gift exchange for all of us, mostly the gifts that my wife and I bought the grandkids. So we had to clean everything up and basically reset the scene for the next event. I posted a picture on Instagram even saying, the scene is reset for Act 2 or something like that. And literally there had already been dozens of gifts unwrapped, and everything was covered in paper and packing peanuts and stuff like that. And all that had to go back together again for 7 grandkids, our 2 children and their lovely spouses, to come back to the house, and my sister-in-law, and cram into our tight little space.
So,
good time, though.
So this year, I got to figure out a better way to communicate next year. Because
I know what you're going to say.
Because my wife and I and my 3 children and golden retriever all still live in a 2-bedroom apartment. And before Christmas, our apartment is bursting at the seams with kids' toys. And there, I tried to communicate that while I am full of gratitude for whatever gifts may be received, and while I have no expectation of gifts for me or my children, I would greatly appreciate if they didn't receive too many, because we don't have space for the things that we already have.
And you were also trying to teach your kids about Christmas is not about commercialism, and
that's true.
It's not about,
true.
hey,
about
what
too.
am I getting, right?
Right. Yeah, and so.
Did I give you a heads up about that? I feel like I did.
Yeah.
I feel like
it was kind of vague, but it was too late.
I think I said the garden tub in our bedroom bathroom was just loaded with toys.
You did, and then at lunch you said, "I'm sorry for what's about to happen." I wasn't sure what that was in reference to. I thought maybe it was something even more nefarious at foot, but yeah, it was obscene. We walked out of Mom and Dad's with 3 big canvas grocery bags full of toys and things, everything for the kids, which again I'm very grateful for. It's a mix. It's hard to convey gratitude while also saying please stop, we can't take any more. So I got to figure out a better way to say all of that next year, because we really can't take another Christmas like this one.
I should remind you, you do know what your mom was named after, right?
Yeah, toy store.
My wife was named after a toy store. So she, for some reason, feels the need to continue on and live up to her namesake.
Right. Well, so, one of the things that... One of Mom's rationales, and I asked her about this, she goes deal shopping. And so some of the things that she found were just really inexpensive. So inexpensive that she felt compelled to buy them. She couldn't pass them up. For instance, there were 4 hand puppets. They're high quality, nice puppets, probably retail for $15 or so. And she got them at some sale where they were 10 cents a piece. The rationalized thought is 10 cents. For 10 cents, your kid can play with them one time, you give them to Goodwill. Right? And that's a very rational thought. You spend more than 10 cents going to a movie theater, you spend more than 10 cents on a gumball machine, things, the value that you receive, if you spend 5 minutes with it, you've already made up the value, right? I understand that. What's not built into that equation, Mom, is attachment. Because...
Whole other lesson for the kids there.
Yes. Because, while yes, we might be able to say it's just 10 cents, we can throw it away or do whatever. The kids don't understand that. So we have 4 puppets that are in our house forever.
For their friends now.
Thanks. They're friends now. They're required.
That's true. Jandy found out, I don't know where she found out, but she found out that the local science museum, the gift store, was going to be having, I think it was a 50% off sale. And even with that, I told her, I said, look, you need to Google while you're there and make sure that the prices, check Amazon, because their normal price is going to be a retail price in a place like that. And again, they're doing that to raise money and not taxing us or whatever. So it's fine. But I think that they just ended up closing the store when she got done. Because she bought
Looked that way.
so much stuff.
And to her credit, a lot of that stuff was stuff that started in a big package that was able to shrink down. So like she got a bunch of, and I thought they were cooler than Andrew thought they were. A lot of fossilized eggs that you get to chip away and get the toy that's inside.
So the dinosaur is this big inside of it, and you got this giant plaster of Paris.
Right. So that was cool. That's acceptable. It big package turns into a small toy. It's all right. You better believe we chipped those suckers away as fast as possible. Got rid of the eggs. So for my mother-in-law's family, what we have done the last 2 years is we've done a Secret Santa, which we're going to propose for my family next year, because it's really nice for a couple of reasons. First of all, as a gift giver, you get to focus on giving one person something that is really special, and instead of feeling torn in a bunch of different directions, instead of feeling the need to go to the dollar store and buy a bunch of crap just to fill up space,
filling up space. We're employing Chinese people,
right? Yeah. Also, only 10 cents.
They've made their money.
Right.
They don't care what the retailer sells it for.
The retailer probably made a profit.
Could be.
On that 10 cents. It's nice for a couple of reasons. First of all, it means not a lot of gifts are going home. The other reason it's nice is each gift is really well thought out. We're able to put money limit on it, and some people pay attention to that, others don't. That's fine. And so really pushes creativity. So last year, I mentioned I built a box that had it was totally locked up, had a padlock on it. For my sister-in-law, gave her some lock picks, right. And she spent 45 minutes just getting into her gift. This year,
Waffle wins, right?
Well, probably yes, but this year she had Allie and she created a scavenger hunt that went all around the house and had puzzles and ciphers and all sorts of things in it, and it was just an awesome
These
gift.
are adult women, right?
Yeah.
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 Just reminding them.
And yeah, as far as the presentation of the gift, my brother-in-law Waffle wins because he gave his sister a hunting knife, and a box, and a brand new knife in a box. Inside of the box was a plush pig, stuffed animal, and a note that says, "You this gift has 3 parts." That was it. That was all that was in the box. So she had to take the knife out of the package and gut open the stuffed pig to reach inside to
And
get
it was
to,
all the way up in the head, right?
all the way up in the head to get to a gift, actually a gift coin from Target.
I've never seen
Apparently,
that.
I haven't either. But yeah, he gutted the pig, put the gift coin in the head, and stitched the pig back up so that she would have to cut it open.
That's awesome.
And he's gonna stitch it back up for her. So yeah, that was cool. And then my brother-in-law Isaac got me something that I'll include a video. I'll try to remember to include a video at the end of this. We need to play at some point, but they're called ANKI Overdrive. It's a you remember slot cars?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now imagine if the slot cars didn't have to stay in the slot.
They never
Could
did.
go. Why? That's a fair point. Imagine if the slot cars could, on purpose, go anywhere along the track.
So if the track had no slots.
Correct.
Got it.
So if the track was magnetic,
Okay.
and the cars were magnetic, and you controlled them with your cell phone.
Sounds like witchcraft.
It is. So with this, you get this track that you can make into a bunch of different configurations, and the cars are Bluetooth. They connect to your phone, and you can control them. So you tilt to move in or outside
they
of the lane.
connect wirelessly to your phone.
Yes,
so your phone
correct.
does not go along with the car.
Correct. That's correct. Yeah. What's the point then, right?
I'm talking to the guys like me
Right.
that take your words literally.
Bluetooth.
Via Bluetooth, they are
Right.
then connected to the phone.
Correct. Wirelessly, without cords or cables.
Which are like two-sided tape.
So you can tilt the phone and it will make the car shift in the lanes. So it is a 4-lane strip. But again, there's nothing splitting it up. But when you start, you can race 4 cars at a time, right? And they line up.
Is
So
there power going to the cars from the track?
No.
So the track is just
track isn't
magnetic to
powered.
keep the cars.
Correct, but there are things on the track that the cars can read. So what you do is you place the cars on the track, and they will do a loop or a lap around the track to read the shape of the track. So the cars know the shape of the track before the race starts.
Oh,
right?
that's cool.
Yeah. And then the cars will automatically line up at the starting line. So with 2 people, each person connects their phone to one of the cars. You choose a car. And your car, on your screen, what you get is a throttle up and down. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you get a display of what's happening. So you can see your position. You can see if you've taken any damage or the state of your car. The reason why you may have taken damage is because on the right-hand side, there are 2 weapons that your car is equipped with. So your car might have a machine gun and a tractor beam. So a lot like Mario Kart, you can use your weapons and they will attack either the car in first place, or the next position from where you are. And so you can shoot the car if you get behind them. You can shoot the car. Once a car takes a certain amount of damage, it'll either slow down or it will be disabled for a moment, and it will totally stop. You can use a tractor beam to pull the car down to slow it down. So
Does it play the Max gun? No. I'm sorry, that's James Bond.
No. Right, no, it doesn't. The Spy, whatever the name of that game was. No, unfortunately it doesn't. And so
What was the game called?
you can level up. So as you play, you can unlock new weapons that do different things. You can unlock, each car has its own set of weapons that are unique to it. You can get other cars to add on. The cars have their own stats. As a player, you level up. And one of the coolest things, I think, so there are different game modes you can play. But the coolest thing is, let's say you want to play, but there's no one to play with. You can play against AI opponents. And so one car will drive itself and will fight you along the track.
Wow.
It's cool. It's cool. Like I said, I'll shoot some video, include some footage. When Isaac bought it, he just thought it was just cars that Ender and I could race and thought it would be fun. And he said, yeah, I bought this for you and Ender. I thought you guys would have fun with this. After we played it, he said, I realize now, knowing how cool it is, I bought this for you and me. and tonight, 5 days later, find out that he has now bought a starter kit, and his dad has also bought a starter kit. So he's supposed to be sending me pictures of them putting all of the tracks together and racing all 4 cars. Yeah, it's going to be great. Super cool.
Steven and Isaac.
Oh,
Sounds like fun. Well, I got to play this too.
I know. We'll have to get together and
buy a starter kit too.
you can. You
Gotta get a car.
You can use mine. Yeah,
I gotta beat you. What are you talking about?
They have just released. They've just released trucks. They've just released semi trucks that are bigger cars. So they take longer to get up to speed, but once they get up to speed, they go really fast. And one of their powers is ramming, so you can ram the other cars off of the course.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
It sounds like fun. So let's see. I just have one story to share, and that is, I've shared with you before that my sister-in-law always gets me toys. And so for years she's gotten the two of us the same toy, to be fair, and then with my son-in-law now in the mix, it's usually 3 toys that are identical. Hold on just a second.
I think that was...
Hold on. Mm-hmm. So my sister-in-law always gets me toys, and this goes back to when, before we even had children, I complained about the fact that Christmas is so boring as an adult because you don't get toys. And from that moment on, she's always got me toys. So, here comes a toy. Okay, all boys, all right, get ready to open up your package. Open it up. Open it up. Sweet. This was from my wife. My wife got us. Now, Marcy also got us a little launchable airplane thing. Looks like a stealth bomber. But this is basically a knockoff of a Nerf gun, and it's only about that big.
Single shot.
So you pull it back to cock it. You stick the little dart in the end, Nerf dart, Nerf style. Excuse me, but there's not a suction cup on the end.
It's a hard rubber.
There's a little hard.
Not rubber, but it's like a pleather tip.
So the first one of us, I don't even know, it was probably Seth, loaded the thing up, and from across the room, maybe 18 feet from your brother-in-law, he takes a shot. And Nathan goes, ow!
No, actually, it launches over his head. The second shot, the ow you heard was the second shot, which was from Nathan, came my way, hit me in the forehead, and I feel like I still have a bruise. The sucker hurt. Now it's awesome.
So then we look at the package, and it says it shoots up to 55 feet. Now, usually that's hyperbole when you see that on a package like that. These things were amazing. Yeah. We need to buy some more just to get more darts.
Well, they also sell, on the back of the package, they advertise a whole bunch of different sets. So they have the guns that get bigger and sniper rifles and all the things like you would find with normal Nerf guns. And I'm curious if any of those are as powerful.
So Jandy is fairly confident that she picked that up for $1.99 at Walmart Market.
Yeah, they have them there.
$2.
Maybe I think they're $3. But
we had so much fun. Mm-hmm. Those were super powerful. Once you figured out their trajectory, which the way that you're holding the gun in your hand, if you hold it and you pull the trigger with your index finger, it does shoot high.
Yeah.
But if you point with your index finger and pull with your middle finger, it's very accurate.
We kept getting dirty looks from all of the women in the house because we were shooting it around all of the children. And Nathan, not to name any names, may or may not have been using the children as meat shields.
He was. And then I shot one that went over behind the workbench. There's a workbench in our kitchen, our living room, holding a TV. And I said to my oldest grandson, Jensen, this is not far from his dad. Go over next to the leg of the workbench, and there's something back behind there. And he reaches back in, he comes up with a dart, and he goes, here, Dad. And he hands it to his dad. It's like,
Betrayal.
what's that about? Well, then he comes over and he whispers to me, and he says, I told him to shoot you, so you're going to get it back. Little snot. It's not how this works.
That's awesome.
But in the end, he made us both happy that way. So he's a smart kid. He split the baby pretty well.
That's funny.
Anyway, so how about you? Did you get anything fun for Christmas? Did you do anything childish? Did you play with your son's slotless slot cars?
I believe I said they were my gift.
All right, we'll leave it with that. Tell us about your Christmas, and I guess watch this footage of boys' slotless slot cars. We'll see you again next week.
See ya.
These aren't just cars. These are robots, programmed to battle, on tracks you construct in seconds. Control them with your smart device, and take down opponents in a variety of game modes. Go it solo, or team up with friends for cooperative play. Want to play by your own rules? Head into Open Play and choose from one of 5 game types. And your experience doesn't stop there. App updates keep the gameplay fresh, bringing you new features and functionality.
Are you running with box? Y'all get his set too, and make a massive
Run.
set.
You can't run 6 at a time.
Well, you
We
can-
could run
I'm
his
saying
track
make
though.
massive track, yeah.